Hey guys, and welcome back for another episode of AMsportsBALLERS. I'm Martin Gustrud,
Yes,
and with
sir.
me, as always, I got on this side. I got Sigurd Grove, and another playoff Sigurd.
Yeah,
We're in
we got
playoff.
playoffs coming in now. It's crazy.
Before we go into the recent games and stuff, how did the season go for you? Like in general, the Norwegian series.
For me or for ISO or just in
No, I
general?
mean like, what was your opinion on the series?
Oh, well, I think this year has been unique, special, regarding, we have two T teams coming up playing and having to kind of pick up the pace to kind of get it rolling in this league, like in Olofsmen and Lillestrøm. And it's been exciting to watch. Unfortunately, I haven't personally had the chance to play against Lillestrøm, but I got to play against Olofsmen, and I can tell you that those guys they do have a spot here in this league if they keep working like they are, because they're a good team. They play hard football, and what I've seen from Lillestrøm, they also deserve a spot in this league because they got some athletes, man, and they really showed it in some of those games.
Yeah, we can start by saying there will be no quarterfinal. This
Yeah,
Saturday, it was supposed to be quarterfinal. Olavsmen was supposed to travel up to Lillestrøm. Olavsmen saw that they wasn't able to show up with a full team, so they applied to move the game to Sunday,
yeah,
which got denied.
yeah,
So they couldn't make that happen for them. So
yeah.
Lillestrøm wins with a walkover
Walk over.
and
Yep.
moves on to face Oslo Vikings in the semifinal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game.
Bro, that's gonna be interesting because really Lillestrøm, I think they're a good team.
I think
I
they're a good
really,
team. Yeah, I think they're a good team. But if my honest opinion here, uh, there should be no chance that they win against Oslo Vikings.
yeah.
Oslo Vikings is a good team.
Obviously, also
They're
Vikings
really
proved
yeah,
this week that they are the top dog in Norway by beating
yeah,
Eidsvoll 42-14,
yeah,
and also beating Kristiansand Glads 49-20. So
yeah,
also Vikings are the top dog right now. So technically,
for sure.
Lillestrøm should have zero chance, right?
Zero chance. Yeah, it should be. Be. I don't want to be a clip later on if they win.
I
But
just hope,
I
yeah,
don't think it will work, but I do hope for an exciting game. I know that there are some factors coming into play into this game. I don't want to say too much because I don't know the specifics yet,
we're
and
gonna
I
talk about
don't
that
know
later.
if. Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at the sh- the schedule. How has it been the last
Yep.
couple of weeks? 3 weeks actually. Uh, do you remember which games we talked about last podcast? I honestly don't
Uh,
remember.
I think we talked about everything except those games that was played now.
Yeah, I think we're from
No, we
here
didn't. We didn't.
down,
We didn't talk. Wait.
right?
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think
From
we're
from there,
at
then. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So let's start with the top one. Also, Vikings demolished Sarpsborg, like
Yeah,
really 68-0, and
yeah,
Sarpsborg had their worst game so far this year.
yeah, yeah.
A lot of fumbles. I think in the first quarter it was already like 5 fumbles.
That's not good.
Yeah, and Vikings scored on 2 of them.
Oof,
Like
that's a tough way to start out, man. Do you think it goes to the nerves just because they think they're playing Oslo Vikings and in their head they're just like overthinking it? You think that's
I,
why?
maybe because a lot of the fumbles happened at the point of the snap. Like
Yeah,
the quarterback and the center couldn't make it work all the day, all the game. All
damn.
right, but we don't need to say too much about that game. Moving on, Kristiansand Glads won over Eidsvoll,
Yeah,
10-9.
Crazy
exciting game.
game. Crazy game.
Um, Earlier this week, you were actually visiting me. No, last week. I mean, you came here.
Last week, yeah.
We were here like you were here like 30 minutes, and we did actually record a podcast.
Yeah, we did.
I never got the time to publish it, so later this
Yeah.
podcast we're gonna jump to whatever got
Yeah.
recorded there, and we're gonna
We're gonna
watch
use
some
some of
clips.
those
Yeah,
segments.
definitely a lot of good call, bad call that game
Yeah.
that we talked about. So we're gonna take a look at
Yeah.
that for sure.
Yeah.
And then Carlside Crusaders won the Scandinavian Cup.
Cup. Yep. I saw that. Really cool. Cool game. I think we talked about it actually.
Yeah,
I think I talked about it a little bit.
we're probably gonna
Yeah.
look at that too
Yeah. Yeah.
because you had like a really good insight information
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I
game.
had some inside. I remember.
And then and then moving on, Ulasmen won 28-7 over the Starfighters, which means they have like one win over each others, and it would have been like an exciting quarterfinal to see those teams match up again.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be cool. I would actually personally go to that game just because I would think it would be exciting to watch. It's the two lower teams battling it out, really, just to show who wants it more, really.
Yeah,
Those games are really fun to watch because you see every player got that extra fire, and yeah, I love that.
yeah, it was. It would have been a nice quarterfinal for sure.
Yeah,
And then moving on, we got this Sunday. No, yeah, Sunday.
Sunday.
Also,
Yep.
Vikings went up to Eidsvoll. And boy, that was I had so much hope for that game to be like a neck and neck. The two
Yeah.
Titans ball out like a lot of touchdowns or a heavy defensive game. Also, Vikings just showed that they're the better team.
Yeah. I'm when I say this, it's definitely gonna sound so super biased, but that's not my intention at all. But in my opinion, that was it was a close game until deep in the second half. Even though it was like 28-6 or 21-6, we on Eidsvoll defense, we made a heck of a lot of good plays. Same to the Oslo Vikings defense, made a lot of good plays, but
Hmm.
I think we did what we could. Um, Personally, and
Yeah,
just wasn't enough though, unfortunately.
you you did go to halftime 14-0, so it was kind of a tight
Yeah,
game going into the second half. So you're not
yeah,
wrong. And then at one
yeah,
point, it just seemed like Icefield just gave up, and also Vikings
yeah,
just ran up the score like super quick with
yeah,
a pick six. The
yeah,
next
yeah,
offensive play, it was another interception, which took it down
yeah,
to the 5 yard line. Easy run in touchdowns, and then like within like 20 seconds of play, it was like two touchdowns.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it wasn't so fun being a Knightsville player out there, but from my point of view, I just tried to boost the guys to pick their head up, and all of the other leaders on the team did as well. But it was rough because we were all feeling kind of exhausted, if I could say that.
yeah, and you did a good job, man. Like, we're taking nothing away from your game because you're like a tone setter on that defense. Like, you hype the guys up. You do
Oh,
your
thank you, bro.
part really really well. So
Thank you,
you
thank
even
you.
had the pre-game pump up speech, man. I loved it.
Did you? Oh, you got that?
I didn't film it, but I heard it for sure.
I tried to hype up the guys, and I'm not the only one that does that though. We got Mike too with some great speeches coming up, hyping up the boys, and sometimes Magnus, Rich, and Wilhelm. Yeah, we're good at like hyping up each other, keeping that hype up, and
Yeah,
that's what I really thrive on. I love just firing up the guys.
yeah. And moving on, as we said, quarterfinal are canceled. So that leaves us
Yep,
with four teams going on to the semifinals. So Lillestrøm on the Saturday, Isol is traveling down to Glads on June 24th. And
yep,
what do you think? Like last time you guys played, 10-9. Like that's a defensive game. Low scoring points, like 19 points total, and only 1 point to separate the two of you. Like, what do you think is gonna
Yeah.
happen the next game? Like, I'm super fucking excited for that.
It's gonna be
Like,
a
let me
tough
put.
game. It's yeah.
It's
Go
gonna
ahead.
be it's gonna be a tough game, and hopefully you're gonna have Arne back, right?
Hopefully we're gonna yeah. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Arne back. I can't say for sure. We have a lot of injuries, and we have some people that can't make it. I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to give someone a game plan in their hand. But
For sure.
there's it's definitely gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be hard for them too because they know we're tough. We're a tough team to play, and so are they. So it's going to be a really, really exciting game. It just comes to show can, whoever can make the big plays on offense.
Bro, they're in the same situation as you guys. Like they got
Yeah,
some injuries. They got some guys that can't play probably, and like
yeah, for
you're
sure.
equals in my eyes going down
Yeah,
there. So you just
yeah.
it's just who wants it more.
Yeah, it
Who's
is.
gonna want it?
It
Who
is.
wants to go to the championship game, man? And I don't
Yeah,
know. To be honest with you, I know that Glads they want it.
yeah. I know, and
So I still
I
gotta
I
step
could
up.
see then. We really do. I could see that too because they're the team that's been they've been hype, they've been ready, but they haven't really made it out there yet into like the finals. But
Hmm.
they've always had good talent, and now I think that they're really going to thrive on that fire that they have because they have some ballers that are making a lot of plays. I could call out a few of them. You got Victor, you got Allen, you got Raymond, you got ballers out there, man. And definitely a lot more too. I'm just not mentioning them, but like those guys, I know they're burned for this championship spot. So definitely going to be a tough game,
Yeah,
a cool game to watch.
and
I
then
think.
yeah, everybody watch that game seriously.
Yeah,
And then you got Lillestrøm, as we said, challenging Oslo Vikings, and it might be an exciting game. It might be a really blowout. Like
yeah,
like
yeah. It really it depends on honestly, in my opinion, if I could say it, it depends on Vikings game plan. It depends
yeah,
on what they're coming out there with
yeah.
because it's the it's definitely them being the favorites, definitely from like a mile, like a mile. But I think if they come out with a game plan that okay, this is a breeze, let's take it a little bit easy, they can be shocked. They can be shocked by Lillestrøm because I've seen some plays on Lillestrøm, and I think they could make a difference.
They got some talent. They got
Yeah,
that big running back to 31, Jonas
yeah, you got
Nordberg,
Sander as
and
well,
then
the
number
receiver.
20, Sander Frogner.
Hmm. Yeah.
Their Canadian quarterback, Colin Grant, he's pretty good,
Yeah, yeah.
and like and then
It's gonna be tough.
solid
It's
defense.
gonna be it's gonna be exciting. I think they're gonna come out full throttle though for sure,
Yeah,
Lillestrøm. This is their game. Like this is their game. Even if they lose, if they put up a good score, it really sets a really good point for their next season.
yeah. I love that
Yeah.
DB Lillestrøm has number 24. I don't remember his name, but he's been playing really well.
Okay, I haven't seen. I haven't seen.
Like I said earlier last week, Sigurd he came here. We did a podcast, kind of a thing. Like we only had 30 minutes to work with, so it had to be
Yeah.
super short. But we actually did a few segments. We talked about some games, and we did the good call, bad call.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, let's just cut to that right now. Bam.
Yeah. Boom.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode of AMsportsBALLERS, and look what we got: Sigurd Håkonsson Grov in the studio.
There you go.
My name is Martin Gustrud, and this is gonna be a short one, Sigurd.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short one.
Because this is kind of we just threw this together right
Yeah,
now
yeah,
because
yeah.
you were coming to Eidsvoll and
Yeah.
you were like, "Hey, swing by, We got 30 minutes. Let's just do the pod right now.
Yeah.
Got everything set up,
Yeah.
and let's go.
Let's do it.
Because we're pretty busy the rest of the week, so
Yeah, we are.
this is gonna be it. It's gonna be a short one. So because of that, we're gonna have to cut some of the segments, and also because of this is kind of thrown together the way it is.
Yeah.
We didn't have time for prepared.
No.
So unfortunately, no 3 ballers.
Yeah, no 3 ballers.
We're gonna mention some ballers for sure.
For sure, we're going to mention somebody, but we don't
we-
have highlights ready of people
Yeah.
this time. So
That's
know.
the thing. I
Yeah.
haven't had time to put anything together, but we got 3 ballers, or we're gonna talk about some ballers at least,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about someone.
and we're gonna talk about some good call, bad call,
Definitely.
because I already put that one together.
We got that one
fortunately.
Because it's been a crazy 2 weeks. Or a
And
crazy week. I don't know. How
the thing about good call, bad call this today
Yeah.
is that all of them are from one game, because that's how far I got looking through all the clips up at this point, and
Yeah.
so we got 2 calls from one game, and also 2 calls that could have been calls.
Could have been called, yeah.
Could have been called. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
2 calls that's like good call, bad call, and 2 clips that's like
Well,
could have
yeah.
been,
Could have been, or
should have been, should have been not.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna discuss that. But first, let's look at
The games.
look at the games
Yeah.
that has been played so far. All right, so
Let's do it.
I'm gonna just remove
A little recap.
little recap of the K. So we're gonna jump to this one right here.
Let's go.
So this is the first game.
Yeah.
Vikings was hosting Olasmen, and boy, that was damn.
Yeah, that kinda went
68
crazy.
to 0. I mean,
Yeah.
the game was pretty much over before it began. Olasmen was, I don't know why, but they had serious problems containing the ball.
Really?
Like early in the first quarter, like within half of playtime in the first quarter, they already lost the ball 4 times in fumbles, I think, and 2 of them went for touchdowns.
Okay, that's wild.
And so like within second quarter, it was already I don't remember, probably like 21 or 28 to 0.
Damn.
And so like, and also Vikings, of course, when they first got on their offense, they was also managed to score.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but when Olavsmen got on their offense, they were just fumbling the ball left and right, like
Yeah.
bad snaps. Quarterback couldn't catch the snap. Running back quarterbacks fumbled the ball, rushing. And
crazy.
Yeah, I'd never seen a team fumble more than Olavsmen that game.
Rough week for Olofsson then.
But hey, they show up later this week.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Okay, so we can move on to the next one. We got this was a tight one. Kristiansand hosted you guys isolated 14s
Yeah.
and won 10-9.
Yeah.
That's not you don't see that score too often. 10-9.
It's not a very common score. I can tell you that much. And it was a painful game to play in.
Yeah.
It was not fun. I mean, it was fun when it was exciting, but when it's over, it's not fun at all. So tough trip.
Tough trip, and
sure.
and we're gonna definitely talk about that game. That's the game we had like some good call, bad calls from. So we're gonna definitely talk about some events from that game. And then we had the final Scandinavian Cup. It was between they didn't update here, but it was between the Karlstad Crusaders and Olavsmen Örebro.
Yeah, really good game.
You saw it, or
I've got the recap of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an intensely close game until like the last 30 seconds or 17 seconds something in the game, and then they scored a touchdown, and then or Karlstad it was an even score going into like the final minute of the game, and Karlstad scores a touchdown. And when Örebro goes back on offense, Karlstad get a game-winning interception. So
really?
It's kind of crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just saw a little bit. I saw like the beginning of the game, and I saw Örebro was leading 10-0. And I thought Karlstad was the better team. I was like, they're probably gonna win.
Yeah.
From what I've seen when with the games I covered.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh nope.
No.
Örebro is running away, and then I see Karlstad actually won it.
Yeah.
But what you said by giving the interceptions,
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know another thing about Karlstad real quick.
they right before this game they signed a new player. I saw some plays of that guy, man. Crazy athlete.
What position?
He's a running back.
A
He's
running
an
back.
American running back, and he's called the
Terminator.
No, he's not the Terminator, but he's a Christian McCaffrey Jr., bro.
Oh, really?
Like that guy,
Shifty.
and he's built like Christian McCaffrey. Like,
That's cool.
Really good baller. Like he said, you know how good Christian James was. I've heard comparisons about those two, and he might even be a level above. But
Yeah, but if you have like Christian McCaffrey's build, it's definitely a little bit more joke than Christian James.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So moving on.
Yeah.
That's cool that you knew a little bit recap from that game, by the way. Because I didn't know too much. I just know that Karlstad won, and it was by like the last
very
seconds.
close game, yeah.
And then yesterday, actually, because we're recording this on Monday, 28
Yeah.
to 0,
Yeah.
not to 7. Olavsmen get the win over Starfighters. And I was
Not expecting that.
not expecting that.
Not at all.
Not at all. I talked a little bit to Starfighters coach before that, and to be fair, they haven't had a game since 7 of May.
Who? Starfighters?
Starfighters.
Yeah, yeah.
And they won 42-6 over Olavsmen then.
Yeah.
But then they have 1 month of a wait.
Break, yeah. People take vacations and stuff, maybe, you know.
Yeah, and Olavsmen had 2 games against the 2 toughest teams in that span.
Yeah.
Eidsvoll and Vikings.
Yeah.
So, iron sharpens iron. And
yeah,
so
exactly.
Olavsmen, with 2 really, really tough games, they didn't win. They didn't even score a point in those 2 games.
Yeah.
But they were able to really like hone their skills and just be like, hey, this is football. You're supposed to get smacked in the face,
Yeah.
And it's how you respond to that.
Exactly.
And they really came out from the beginning of the game and just took control over the game.
Yeah, obviously this is probably their best game, like by far. But the game that they played against us, dude, they played pretty good.
They did.
I gotta say it. They played pretty good because we are. I like to say it. I might be biased, but we are a pretty good team. Mm-hmm. And those guys really they showed that they wanted to play and they wanted to belong here, and they really did. So I got to shout out to Olavsmen.
Yeah, that was fun to see that they finished their regular season with
a dub.
Yeah, with some points, with a dub.
Man. Man.
That's what football is about, to get those wins. And like I said, I talked a little bit to Lillestrøm's coach after the game, and he was like, "Yep, I said to the guys before the week, it's a trap game. Mm-hmm. We got to come ready." Yeah, because he felt like they were. They already won the game before they even got there, and you saw the results.
Exactly.
So let's get into good call, bad call.
Yes,
and
sir.
First, before we head into this, I want to say,
okay.
I was not looking forward to this segment this week.
I knew it just by playing the game. I was like, okay, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah. One point why I didn't look forward to it, because there were some bad calls. We're gonna have to call them out for that. And also, I'm an asshole guy. You're an asshole guy.
Yeah, definitely.
And the bad calls was mostly bad. The bad ones were mostly against Eidsvoll, and I don't want to be like, oh, 2 Eidsvoll guys sitting there and preaching,
But that's not what we do. If you guys have listened to our podcast, you listen to us broadcasting, commentating games. Yeah. You guys know that we are neutral. I know that we are. You guys would definitely say that we are somewhat biased because, I play for Eidsvoll and he played for Eidsvoll. Yeah. But we like to keep it neutral here, so.
It just happened to be calls against Eidsvoll this week. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. First call out, I think, would be early in the game. All right, in the game, you're really behind. It's like third down,
and long or something.
Third and long. Yeah. After some penalties and stuff, and Wilhelm throws a bomb down the field. All right, and we're gonna see, and boom. All right, you saw some contact there.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I was commentating this game, there was a flag arriving, right? You remember the flag?
Yes.
A flag came on the field, and
it's right there, right?
Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah. And then I looked at the replay like this, and I said, "Let's remove we can remove this, right?"
Yeah.
And I looked at the replay, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you can see here contact. Good call by the ref." And then I look up at the field, and I see the ref
waving it
at
off.
that point, waving off the flag, no flag, and I was like, "All right,
yeah,
that's definitely not what I saw, because you can clearly see right here, for my mouth." He's ripping his right shoulder.
Yeah,
and also you can see the second hand are definitely hitting Thor's hand before the ball. You can see the ball is there. Yeah. He's hitting his hand. So clear.
In my head, that's a PI.
That's a PI. Like Thor catches this ball, his hands are going to the ball, and then gets knocked down.
Yeah.
So clear as day, PI. You can see the flag is probably gonna arrive here. And I was like, yeah, good flag. Good by the ref. They saw it. They caught it. Super good. And then, yeah, you see the flag on the left corner there. Right.
Yep.
So, that's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first one. And controversial one, I guess. But in my head, that's a
not PI. Really.
No,
not really controversial.
I don't know. I have to put a filter on myself, I feel like. So, I do. You know, but in my head, that's a clear PI.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't become... I definitely does become more clear than that, but
yeah,
I thought it was so strange that the ref, they called it, they saw it, and then they took it off.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because I never seen that happen before.
Not on a PI.
Not on a PI, because then they're usually like, yep, it happened, it's my call, I'm going to stand by it.
Yeah.
But this time they took it off, and actually they had their instinct was correct.
Yeah.
To throw the flag.
Yeah.
I just thought it was strange. It was early in the game, so I didn't think too much of it.
But it was a crucial play, because the game was all about those one big plays.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say, what do you call it? A trickle down effect.
Yeah,
like it definitely. You wouldn't. This play alone wouldn't have made ISO 1.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one.
Domino effect or whatever they call it. Yeah.
The next one. ISO player got ejected on this play.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sigurd. And it was a hit to the neck and head area. Boom! You can see that number 5 does the hit. Yeah. Flag gets thrown. Fun fact: the corner gets thrown out of the game.
Yeah, that is the craziest thing I've actually seen. Yeah, let's watch it again here.
Yeah, so let's watch it slow. So the
number 15,
number 15, Sindre, he gets thrown out the game. Clearly, it wasn't him who did anything. They just mix up the numbers. But the call here was a hit to the neck and head. Targeting, right?
Yeah.
And you can clearly see Örjan, he goes in.
He lowers his body, so he is launching.
Yeah, and then you see him not hitting with his head, that's for sure, because you can see the head of Örjan is past him. Yeah. And then his shoulder, I guess it hits him in, like, that's his helmet, so I guess the shoulder,
I'm
which
sure
is
he
lower.
Hit it, like, in his like upper like back shoulder area, you know what I mean? And like close to the neck. So
could have been like you see the shoulder is there. Could have been like could have hit the helmet.
I think if we hit the helmet, I think Ireland's head would be like way more.
Yeah, like, but Ireland got knocked out.
Oh, he definitely felt. He didn't get knocked out though. He got up pretty fast, but when I looked, because I was behind, I was on the field. I was like, oh damn. Yeah. Is he out?
No, he just
jumps up, you know? Okay. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right. So, chilling then. Hey guys, do us your favor. Just post, be active in the comments this week, and let us know what you feel, because that's why we do this. It's not for shame any.
No,
never a personal attack on the refs or anything like that.
Or any player or anything.
Yeah, it's just we want to take a second look on.
We want to take a second look. We want to start some not heated debates, but people talking. That's what we want.
Yeah. Okay. So not the helmet, but the pads hitting upper body.
Yeah.
Could have been helmet.
We're gonna leave this one up to you guys.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say anything about this one.
He got number 15 got ejected, not number 5. So that's interesting.
That's the wild thing here. That's the call that we really went out for.
So that's the good call, bad call this week.
Yeah.
I
would say, obviously, bad call. Cinder did not do anything.
Yeah,
it's obvious.
That part is obvious.
That's obvious.
We didn't. I wanted to maybe throw in some fumbles of.
You don't want to put in that play?
Olasman.
Oh, Olasman, yeah.
But they were pretty clear.
Yeah,
I looked at him and I was like, oh yeah, that is super clear. But the next segment here is
also going to be from that same game.
Yeah, but we're not going to call it good call, bad call. It's going to be should have been called, maybe, potentially.
Like,
we don't know.
We don't know.
All right,
we don't know.
So,
we want your opinion.
Because this had a big effect on the game.
This had a huge effect on the game.
Yeah. And of course,
so what
the refs is not going to call everything on happening on the field. That's going to be impossible. Yeah. They're going to miss stuff. They're going to fuck shit up.
For sure.
But this one was pretty clear. So Turedik here gets the ball on the reverse.
Yeah, and this is in this situation right here. I think
on the 5-yard line.
I think we're on the 5-yard line, 3rd and goal. No.
Yeah.
Or is it
third? Third or second.
And the score right here is 9-7. Eidsvoll.
Yeah.
And we're into the 4th quarter. We're actually pretty far into the 4th quarter. No?
Yeah. You would have cemented the game with a touchdown here.
With a touchdown here.
With a 2-point.
Or even just a field goal would have helped.
Yeah.
You know? So this is 3rd down. So ISO calls a counter play.
Look at this. So let's look at it fast though first.
Yeah.
Fumble.
Yeah. Clear fumble.
Clear fumble.
Yeah.
Recovery. All right.
Yep.
But what I want to look at is number 66. You see him there? Look at what is a face mask and what is
there is something called grabbing the helmet. I'm pretty sure there's something against it.
Look at this in the air hole of Turedik, leaning back full force, pulling Turedik in his helmet before the ball gets pulled out. Like look at that!
Yeah,
look at how he's pulling. Like
it's
that's
pretty wild.
Crazy. He's doing a lower back kid workout here.
Like it's actually kind of crazy to look at him.
Look at how stretched Torerik's neck is.
It's almost tearing something there.
Like Torerik told me after the game, he was like, "Yeah, but I have one guy pulling my helmet, and one guy pulling at the ball.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do?" And then number 15 pulls out the ball.
Yeah,
that's beautiful done. Textbook number 15.
Oh yeah.
Take nothing away from you, bro.
Yeah.
Good job. You got
great play.
You got on it and you pulled out the ball.
Yeah,
that's exactly how you should do it.
And in that situation, such a heads up play. Really good job.
I just want to tell the refs here, bro, we can't have guys 2 hands pulling the helmet on a crucial play like that.
And right there, he's pulling his helmet and he's standing upright and the play is live, so somebody could literally just come and dive into that guy's neck because his neck is totally exposed. And it's scary. It's scary.
I'm not sure. I think right on the right, I think is a ref. Yeah, look at that right there.
Yeah. No, plays live.
Yeah, but I just mean he had a good angle for
I think he might have not seen it because 66's back was turned against him.
All right, yeah, that's true. All right, so that's one of the should have been called.
Yeah.
Could have been called.
Could have been called. Maybe not should have.
That one definitely should have.
Yeah.
That one is a should have been called.
Yeah, I'd say so too. It did not look very nice.
That one is a should have been called. All right, the next one here, it's actually on an Eidsvoll guy.
Oh.
And this one is more like a could have been called, I think.
Okay.
This one is I could have been called.
Yeah.
No, I should. This one is like could have been called. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's Raimon here.
Yeah, running with the ball.
Baller.
Yeah.
Got the ball and jukes and then boom, Michael Hall lays a hit stick on him.
Yeah.
And I just think that could have been helmet to helmet.
It could have been. It could have been. Let's go slow-mo here. Let's go slow-mo. So let me kind of break it down why I think this is because you see him, he's launching with the helmet. Obviously, that's where the first foul comes in. Red flag. He's leading with the helmet. Looking down, leading with the helmet. But what I think he gets lucky by is his helmet kind of skims under Raymond's helmet and he hits him with the shoulder.
Yeah.
But he's still got a very low head here. So in my opinion, I see that as a ref. I probably should have called that.
Yeah, but what's the rule because he's not defenseless?
Leading with a helmet. No, leading with a helmet is a foul in itself. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, leading with the helmet like that. It doesn't matter if it's a defensive player or not.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the other one was like leading, targeting kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But this is like crowning then.
Yeah.
Like crowning, like leading with the helmet in there. But yeah. So that's the other one, guys. Just wanted to. Hey, look at us! We did one that was against Icefall too.
Yeah. Fuck Icefall, man.
Fuck
I hate that team.
Yeah, fucking losers.
Yeah. Fuck.
All right. Yeah. All right, back to this recording now.
Back to this podcast.
Back to this one where you're. Hey, I didn't say it yet. Congrats with new apartment, Sigurd.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, you guys could probably notice I don't have that raggedy ass old sofa / bed behind me. I just got a new little office, if I could say. I finally have a second room to have some extra spare time activities going on. So yeah, I like it. It's closer for me to come to practice and closer for you and me to do collabs and stuff. So yeah, it's really awesome. Thank you.
And you guys should definitely comment if you want Sigurd to put some stuff on the wall back there, because you got a blank space behind you. I mean, I got two, but my wall is super close, so it wouldn't be any room for put too much that. Yours is a little bit distant back there, so you can have shelves and stuff.
I'm gonna have some stuff framed up there. I'm gonna have a shelf where I'm gonna put up some stuff, and if it's something you guys want me to put up back there, I could put a whiteboard, I could write some names, I could write some funny stuff, whatever you guys comment in, I could put up there. Nothing crazy though.
yeah. Pop a suggestion in the comments, but
yeah.
All right, Sigurd, let's move to our favorite segment, Three Ballers.
Three Ballers, let's go. I'm excited for this one, man.
Yeah, me too. But this one was a little bit hard because it was like a few players we knew was gonna go on this Ballers list, but at one point I didn't want to pull all three of them from one team, so we had to look a little bit for diversity, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited because you've been kind of silent on this one. We agreed on some stuff we never really figured out everyone, so I'm kind of excited.
Right, are you okay with that? I just power through and give all three of them, because like you said, you don't really know too much about.
No, I don't.
Anything here.
Go ahead, man. Go. I could do one because that's the one we agreed on, but you could do. It's fine. You could do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. All right. So let's start.
Go ahead.
Let's start. Okay, the first guy here, he really surprised me because we saw him against Odalsmen scoring 2 touchdowns, doing some key plays and a good job. And that's Elias Moran-Wolf.
Yep.
And honestly, he surprised me because like he stepped up when Fjellset didn't play, because they set some guys against Odalsmen, and I was like, okay, nice, 13 was there. But against you guys, he took it up to another level, scoring another 2 touchdowns on 2 really, really explosive plays. Like, I'm talking 70-yard plus touchdowns. Like, absolute baller.
For sure, man.
And like I said, 4 touchdowns in 2 games. That's huge. Look at his pass here, like over the shoulder grab, and then just got the speed to break away. And like he definitely earned a spot on the 3 ballers.
For sure.
And the next one, who else than Jesper Jonsson, the quarterback, delivering all the passes, making all the moves. Like he took 0 sacks against you guys, and I don't know if he got sacked against Odalsmen either, but look at that, awaiting the rush and moving. Like he's a double threat for sure. Like he can deliver bombs, check downs, and also scramble when they need him to.
Yeah, he if I could say something, this guy really surprised me. I have not seen him play. I've seen him play a lot, but at that level, personally, it was just a surprise to me, because he really he's a baller to watch out for. like
just
a big one.
super hard to sack, man. Like he's
Yeah.
super elusive, gets away, delivered really accurate passes. Like his deep ball, great.
Yeah.
And he
That one
got
right
some
there,
speed
huge
too.
play. It's a 4th down right there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was 4th down when he pulled it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got some
Definitely
moxie.
a clutch player for sure.
Yeah, and moving on to the last one here, like this is kind of controversial because the first game against Oslo Vikings, he probably had his worst game ever, fumbling the ball left and right. But against Lillestrøm, Jihad, man, he had a great game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he had one rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, and he was like a threat rushing the ball against Lillestrøm. Like he did a great job controlling the flow of the Olavsmenn offense.
Yeah, I've also talked a little bit about this guy earlier. I've said that this guy, he's a tough football player. He's a tough guy to get down as well. I like to believe that I have some power, and I've gone almost full throttle into that guy a few times, and he's standing up. So, yeah, big shout out to that guy, man.
Yeah, just look at it. And you know what's crazy about this game?
What?
He also played defense the full game. Look at his 4th down, delivering a check down, and turns into a touchdown. Like,
wow.
Yeah, but look at it. Look at this. He played defense all the game, and he even had a forced fumble. Look at his chasing behind, and look at his tomahawk punch.
Tomahawk, yes sir.
Getting the ball. They didn't recover it, but anyway, like that's
still a good play.
Job.
Yeah, still a great play.
And Sigurd, I got a bonus baller.
A bonus baller?
Yeah, and it's you, bro. Like you've been balling out for real.
Damn. Like, thank you, bro.
You've been making hard hits. Like your covering is solid, and look at this. You pop number 9 there, like really well. Like, and you've been a tone setter for that defense. Like, look at that. That's an American import player who jumps up, and you just flies in and punches that ball out. Like.
Yeah, I felt that, but I think he felt that hit too. Ow! I'm surprised, man. Thank you. Damn. Yeah, it's been a cool year to play for sure. Damn, I'm hyped. I got goosebumps looking at replays, but yeah, I don't know what to say, bro. Thank you. It's been fun.
Seriously, like it's been fun watching you play this last games. Like you've been balling out. Like you had a forced fumble right against Olavsmenn and stuff. And
yeah, I got forced fumble.
Yeah, and you had interception against Glads and a couple of good plays there. Like it's easy to see. Like you've been a good player for the Iceville defense for sure. Like a highlight.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
So an unofficial bonus baller, and it goes to you. I wanted to make you an official baller, but I felt like we are doing this podcast, so we want to rep other players, right? We don't want to rep each other.
Yeah, I like how I was a bonus player. It's as I said, we're doing this to highlight the sport. Obviously, if you were playing, you were making highlights, I would also shout you out for sure, but it makes sense that we're not a part of the 3, so it's a good call by you there. And I want you guys to know I did not have anything to do with that. That's all Martin pulling that off. That's awesome. But thank you though, bro. I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, I gotta give you some love, man. All right, you ready for? Because when we come back to the previous episode, we watching a lot of good call, bad call, right? And we got one good call, bad call that we can look at, and also we got another no call that we can discuss and see what's happening forward. All right.
Yep.
So we got a good call, bad call here. All right, the first one, it's like a.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah, you remember that? So he got a flag for knocking out after the
late hit.
The play was dead, right?
Yeah, it's a late hit on the quarterback.
But I was like, doesn't it look like he's just stumbled, like he's chasing right here? Michael goes and
Yeah,
look at it. Like looks like he have to jump away from Michael.
a little bit. Probably gets a hand on
Yeah.
his leg. Michael probably swats his leg a little bit. You know, that one is tough, but it's
Yeah.
because he's pushing him. I think he's trying to push him away so he doesn't land on him. I don't think Svata did that intentionally at all. But
You know what?
yeah,
If
yeah,
I was a ref, I would have called that too. Let's move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
When I see it in slow motion like that, I was like, yeah, don't touch the
Yeah.
quarterback, especially not when he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
For
what
sure.
happens after that
Good
this
call.
play, right?
I get a little personal.
You got a
Am
personal
I back?
foul. Yeah, you're
I got
back.
a little personal foul. And I got a little bit excited. I want everybody to know I didn't try to hate. I just, as everyone that's played against me, they know that
You talk.
I talk a lot on the field, and I don't really want to be mean, but
That's
sometimes I
just
get
fun.
mean. But that it's just fun. And that time, everyone on the Viking sideline were just like jumping, hype, and I was like, "Oh, that looks fun. I want to join in." So I did that too, and then ref called it taunting on me, which I totally understand because I jumped in front of the sideline of Vikings and like screamed and like, "Yeah, let's go Vikings!" And yeah, that's a really stupid move by me, but yeah, I'm sorry to my teammates because I really did them dirty there. But hey, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you didn't help for sure, but it was already a
definitely
first
not.
down. You and half the distance to the goal line, I think. So you gave them like 7 extra yards, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Michael told me I added on like 15 yards after because the late hit was a 5 yarder, and then I added on 15 yards, which made it a 20 yard. Then I was like, "What? They can't be. There's
I'm
no
pretty
way."
sure
But
that
I
the
don't know.
late hit was half the distance, 15 yards. But you were pretty
Yeah,
close. It was half the distance to the goal anyway.
yeah,
I don't know. All right, but that game against you and Vikings, it was me and Jürgen in the commentating booth. We were like,
yeah.
we saw a head-to-head collision, which is supposed to be, you flag those situations and
Oh yeah,
those
for sure, for sure.
hits, especially against defenseless wide receivers,
Yeah,
and it was no flag. So
yeah,
I talked to Jürgen. He was like, "Yeah, it was really clear." And
yeah.
well, we can just take a look at it, right? And yeah, let's look at it.
Okay, let's look at it. I think I know what player you're talking about.
Yeah, it was you scored a touchdown on this play. Not you, but I
No,
saw.
no, no. Michael. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you see Michael pops the ball up in the air, struggling to catch it on first, like, and then catching it once again, and then Will goes in there and boom, right
Yeah.
in the face mask of
That's
Michael.
that's clear as day. I can't really say anything else.
Yeah, good job by
Yeah.
Michael holding onto that ball, man. Like,
Oh, for
holy
sure.
schmoly.
Yeah, for sure. That must have hurt. Ouch.
Was it full speed?
All right. Boom. Oof. Ow. Oh
Like,
my
obviously,
goodness.
Michael wants a flag, and he's like, "What? Where's my flag?"
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he gets a touchdown. Everybody's happy, and
Yeah.
but I do think the refs are reviewing this play, and it could be
Yeah.
like you talked about the factors of the
Yeah.
quarterfinal. I think
Yeah.
Will might have to be quarantined that game. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, last thing I heard is that the Vikings have I've heard this, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that they've sent in a mail saying that they want to quarantine themselves. Like they already know about the hit and they don't want to have the penalty, so they say, okay, I'll sit out, or will have said that will sit out, but I'm not sure. That's something I heard, but yeah.
All right. I mean, that would make sense anyway, like
Yeah.
because he
Yeah,
they
if
would
there's
rest
in
him,
my
right?
eyes, yeah, there in my eyes, there's no way that he doesn't get penalized for that hit.
Oh
And
yeah.
in a second point of view, they probably will rest him for the game anyway.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah.
Probably won't matter, but I think Lillestrøm is happy to hear that. Like, they don't have to face Will.
No, I had my fair share of fun fighting Will, and it's not that fun.
Man, he's a big dog, man. He's hard to tackle. He's hitting hard to tackle, man.
Yeah, my body's definitely feeling it.
All right, what else is going on in the world of football, Sigurd, that you can that we can talk about right now?
Well, we have some NFL stuff, and we also have some questions from you guys. But today, like I said, it's been a lot. We both have a full-time job, and also other stuff going on. You've got kids, wife.
You got a new apartment, man. You're moving.
Yeah,
You've
I got
been
a new
moving.
apartment. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's working and happening. So, but I think one thing that we should say, which is pretty exciting, is the record-breaking attendance that was in the ELF this last weekend.
The Hamburg Sea Devils or something. They got like 32, more than 32,000 people attending.
Yeah, that's insane.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And honestly, I love it, man. It shows how much potential ELF has. I've always been positive about the ELF. I have friends that play there, and I wish them all well. And I think it's a really good opportunity for us European people to get a shine, and I love it. So definitely, it's awesome to see that it's working.
Definitely, they build like a good foundation moving forward to actually make a big impact on football in Europe, I think.
Yeah. I saw a quote from Mike Tomlin, the head coach of Pittsburgh Steelers. He said, so there was a big debate. I'm in the ELF debate group on Facebook, so it's like all German fans and stuff in there. And Mike Tomlin actually said, there's this new European league that plays on the television. I watch it because I love watching football, but it's like watching D3 football. So he compared D3 college to ELF. But the narrative here is that most of the fans are just happy that there's an NFL head coach watching the ELF. That's something you have to take away. That's the thing you have to take away from it.
And D3 is not that bad.
D3, I mean, it's not that bad. No, it's not. Definitely better than Norway. But we've seen that our national team has actually played against a D3 school. If you guys didn't know that,
and I think it's funny because a lot of the imports they bring in is like D1 talent.
Exactly. So, but it's awesome to know that there's people in the NFL that know about the ELF and watch it from time to time. So that's cool.
That's cool. All right, Sigurd, it's getting late already. If you want to support this podcast and YouTube channel, I guess we have a Patreon where you can buy us like an ice cream every month, 25 NOK, and it's starting at 25 NOK, and we appreciate that a lot. And you can also share our content and stuff like this. That's lovely.
Yeah, just to be sure, you're not buying an ice cream, but you're buying a subscription to us, which costs as much as an ice cream, basically.
And some big things are coming up. We have some competitions rolling that we haven't announced yet, and also we have a Player of the Month, which we haven't announced yet. So we're gonna come back to you guys next week. Actually, no wait, in 2 weeks. After the semifinals, before the national championship game.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be an episode that you guys should tune in because it's gonna be a cool one.
That's gonna be a cool one for sure. Yeah, we got some big things coming for that one.
Yeah.
Other than that, I want to thank you guys for listening to this episode.
Yeah.
And hope we showed you some new angles, some good debate things. And I hope we didn't come forward as too biased of Eidsvoll. Like,
no. That's not the point, and I'm personally sorry because I definitely have some points that I've said during any of these podcasts where I'm probably biased against Eitzel, and I'm sorry about that. I gotta calm down, I guess. So let us know if you guys think we're being a little bit biased. We don't want that. We want to be partial.
You
So
know,
or neutral.
hopefully, like
Neutral.
this time, it was just a lot of calls and focus on the games where ISO played, and it was
Yeah.
actually it was just going against ISO. Like it was nothing we can control, and we
Oh
just
yeah.
try to do our job with doing the some reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. And also, before we end this, I want to thank you guys for listening because this response, I've gotten so much, probably you too, Martin. I've gotten so much positive response from this podcast and everything that we're doing media-wise. I mean, just during these last games that I had in Christensen and in the night, so I've had players come up to me during and after the game, just saying, "Hey, man, I love the podcast," and I really wanna thank you guys for caring about what we're doing because it's a cool initiative and it's awesome to see that you guys are listening. So thank
Yeah.
you.
And also, don't forget Ballers 10, and you can get
Yeah.
10% off at Contact Sports, our sponsor, our first
Our
sponsor.
sponsor.
Yeah. All
Yep.
right, Sigurd.
Thank you guys.
Ball out.
So I just one more thing. Ball
All right.
out.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you were serious. I thought you were gonna say another thing.
No.
All
Just
right.
ball out.
One more thing. Yeah. Ball out.
Ball out. Let's go.